Over the past week, we've gotten new information on the Samsung QN90A, Neo QLED, and, well, there is definitely some prices to discuss, and we also have a release date. But I'm here to answer a couple of questions that a lot of you guys had for me, like should you pre-order this TV now, or is it best to wait for reviews? Also, why did Samsung cut the 50-inch model in the US? Also, with the support we saw from Samsung on the 2020 TVs, will we be expecting better or the same in 2021? A lot of these questions have been asked, and in this video, I'll give my thoughts and share all the information that I have, and we'll also just discuss my opinions. So by now, a lot of you guys have seen the prices on the QN90A, but for those that didn't, let's recap it a bit. On the screen, I'll have the prices in MSRP right now, and we won't see very many changes on what you're seeing. To be honest with you, this is going to be more of a podcast style production, so just sit back and enjoy. What I want to focus on now is the 65-inch QN90A price tag. It's going to have 792 dimming zones. And as you can see from the prices, they're very similar to last year's Q90T QLED, which is very, very impressive that they were able to make that leap. You see, a lot was made about the Neo QLED price tag, and a lot of false information was being spread about on the production cost of these TVs and really the production cost of Mini LED in general. The truth is, a lot of different manufacturers are moving to Mini LED, so now we know the prices. When can we expect these TVs? Well, on Samsung's website, you can pre-order them right now for an early March arrival. Which brings the next question. Should you pre-order this TV? In my opinion, no, I do not think you should pre-order this TV unless you absolutely want it day one for yourself and you can't wait a week or two, maybe 3 weeks for it to drop in price a little bit. Within a month, maybe even 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes we see the price being cut $200 to $300. Last year, I was able to get the 65-inch Q90T for $21.99, and that was 2 weeks after the initial release date. As you guys know, my review on the Samsung Q90T was definitely one of the first on YouTube of last year, so it was enough time for me to get that TV, and I got a deal on it. So unless you absolutely need the TV now and you can't bear to wait another month, it's best to wait out a few weeks. The next question I get a lot is, do I plan on buying the QN90A for myself? And that I haven't decided on yet. To be honest with you, I'll probably only buy one TV to keep, and hopefully I'll get some other TVs to review if I can borrow them. Because right now, my TV channel is 100% self-funded and I do not get any review samples from anybody. I still haven't fully decided which TV I'll be purchasing this year, but I will be purchasing one of them. If you guys want to help me out in the comments and just tell me what TV you guys would like to see, maybe that would help a little bit on swaying the opinion. So can we trust Samsung at this point? I guess that's what I'm wondering, because I may have been lucky with my set, and yes, problems are minimal for mine compared to others. However, we haven't seen an update to the Q90T since December 7th, and we still have some pretty annoying bugs that we have to deal with. If you're in the UK or EU, you still might have problems with inverse ghosting, which, to be honest, if you were still dealing with that right now, I imagine you would be frustrated beyond repair. So if you don't want to ever buy another Samsung because of this reason, trust me, I understand. Your frustration is heard. And to be honest with you, it is a ridiculous thing that we have to deal with inverse ghosting. I would be furious if I still had to deal with that. Luckily, it was fixed in the US, but we still do have some of the same bugs. So yes, if you don't trust Samsung on another TV, I can't blame you. However, it cannot be ignored that the Q90T, despite its problems, was definitely one of the best LCD TVs of 2020, and I'm absolutely blown away by the picture quality on a lot of content still, and I am really happy with the TV overall, despite its problems. But I do want you to outweigh the pros and the cons and see if the cons are better than the pros or the pros are better than the cons. That will help you make your decision. There's definitely a lot of pros when it comes down to owning a Samsung TV, but we all do know the cons, and sometimes that comes with support or production issues. One thing I will say is that's going to help you decide ultimately what you want to do, if you want to purchase a Samsung QN90A or if you want to go with another brand. If you are planning on purchasing this year, if you are not purchasing in the high tier, I would definitely look towards 2020 models, and in the mid-range tier, you will see a ton of prices. Last year, you were able to get some OLED C9s for as low as $1,200 for a 55-inch and as low as $1,400 for a 65-inch. Some people have gotten ridiculous deals beyond that, but just keep an eye out because there's going to be a ton of deals, and I'll make a video talking about all of those potential deals that should be coming in the weeks. At minimum, I do plan on getting my hands on the QN90A to review at some time this year. Even if I don't plan on owning one, I would love to put it side by side next to the Q90T and see the pros and the cons. There should definitely be an improvement in the QN90A. However, until we see it side by side, I don't know what those improvements will be. On paper, yes, it's going to blow it out of the water. At least it should. But we all know that on paper, sometimes we won't see the best results when it is side by side. So on paper, yes, the TV will be that much better, but I want to caution you guys on upgrading from a TV you bought last year unless you are buying one for another room. You probably won't see an improvement visually with your eyes as much as people would think. Briefly, I do want to give my thoughts on the 50-inch variant of the QN90A, and I do think it was a huge mistake to cut it from the US lineup. There is going to be a ton of people looking for a TV in that price range that can do gaming, and we've talked about the benefits of a 50-inch TV, and I was actually looking forward to getting it myself as a secondary monitor that I could also play games on. So the fact that we're not getting this TV in the US, that is definitely frustrating, and I do think that is a mistake by Samsung, and they're missing out on some huge market share there. Now I think that market share will belong to LG because they are going to have the gaming TVs in that size, and Samsung will not in the US. However, I do want to note that these things are not final. They could change, and we could end up getting the 50-inch model in the US after all. But as of right now, it does not look like we will be getting the 50-inch model in the US. Alright, with that said, guys, thank you for watching this video, and I'll be back with another one next week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.